Someone might ask, what does relationship have to do with appreciation? It has a very strong hold on relationship, especially for those who want to be in that relationship for the long run. So please, I would like you to stick with me as I bring to you some powerful points on how appreciation will help in cementing your relationship with your spouse. Point number one, small gestures. Small gestures are foundation for everyday living. You know, when I say small gestures, it boils down from your relationship with your spouse, from everything you do on day-to-day living. In fact, on per second basis, your spouse wants to be sure that his wife or her husband always have their back. Your spouse always wants to be sure that he is safe with you. How do I mean? These small gestures might just be something as simple as reminding your spouse of their meeting, especially if you know that your spouse is the kind of person that have forgetful attitude. It could just be fixing their favorite meal even before they ask. It could be a surprise, short, romantic text. It could be anything. If you know your spouse, you should know those little things you do on daily basis that make them happy. In fact, someone like my husband like a very organized place. So keeping my home really organized on daily basis makes him happy whenever he returns home from a very busy schedule. Those are the things that really matter in relationship. But some of us downplay them. We don't even take note of them, and we always want to plan to do some really big stuff for them. And when those grassroots care are not being given, the bigger plans or events you want to give them to make them know you love or care for them might not really make so much sense. Those things are really the things that matters to them most. So whenever you are now free or ready or buoyant enough to throw a very big surprise, it will now make so much sense to them. Point number two, active listening. Someone will ask, what does active listening have to do with appreciation? Appreciation cut across every little thing you do with your spouse. So giving them your undivided attention when that person has some explaining to do, and avoid assuming things when that person has some explaining to do. It is always good to give your spouse a safe ground for communicating with you, because whenever your spouse had to say something to you, if you are multitasking when they are talking to you, they don't feel comfortable. Try as much as possible to pay attention, 100% attention, be in that conversation. Listen actively, watch that person. Listening doesn't necessarily mean just lending your hearing ears, because some people will say, what if I'm busy while he's talking? Yes, you have to pause that, whatever it is you are doing, and give an undivided attention by listening both with your ear and eye. In fact, with your whole body and soul, so that you will understand that person's words and their body language when they are communicating to you, and that will make the person to feel safe and be able to communicate to you whatever he or she has to say. Yes, it is very vital. This listening ability is one attitude that a lot of us are lacking, especially women. Yes, including myself. I used to have that attitude initially, but I had to be intentional about learning how to be an active listener, because I found out that to an extent it was hurting my husband and my relationship. But I had to train myself. I had to restrain myself whenever he had something to say to me. Most times I come assuming, even before he opens his mouth to talk. I would just place him where I thought he was going. I might end up being wrong, So at the end of the day, I actually used to be wrong at the long run, if I'm able to pay attention for him to finish saying what he's saying. So please, it is very necessary and important that every couple give their partner some listening ear. That will enable your partner to want to communicate to you more often than ever before. Because let me tell you one thing you don't know. In relationship, if one person always feel attacked or ambushed whenever they want to communicate, they will go back to their shell. They will just keep regurgitating those words they want to say. And if it is something that is hurting them, they will build resentment if you don't lend them a listening ear. And that will not allow you to enjoy the full potential of your spouse. If they have something to say and you are not always available for them to talk to, do you know that it can make your spouse to be vulnerable? They will always go to those people who they know, who they are sure will always give them ear to speak, will always be attentive whenever they are talking. So please, my dear ladies and gentlemen, stop assuming things about your spouse. Always learn to lend a listening ear. That will help in cementing your relationship. It will go a long way in helping you build a better relationship. Point number 3, offer to help. If you know your spouse is going through a lot of stress lately, offer to help them. That help might be finance, it might be physical touch, it might be word of encouragement, it could be running errand for that person. Be available to help whenever they need you, because that will go a long way. In Africa, there is this belief that women are the only ones that should cook, or they are the pioneers of the kitchen. Yes, let me just leave it as the pioneers of the kitchen, because some men are actually good cooking. I have a friend whose husband is a good cook and he offers to cook anytime he's willing to. So it's not all men in Africa, but then predominantly women are in charge of kitchen in Africa. So now let's assume your wife is that very busy person. Her business or work schedule might be tighter than yours. If you get home earlier than your wife, just take care of your kids. Try to settle things around home. If possible, cook before she comes back, so that you and your kids will be able to eat, and even leave some food for her to eat when she comes home. I'm not trying to make a man a cook, yes, but in occasion where this person is obviously stressed out, you can render help. That person will know that wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, my wife, my husband will always have my back. And there is no feeling as beautiful as knowing that your spouse always got your back in everything you do. So please always show up. Always lend a shoulder for your spouse to lean on. There are times people will be going through emotional trauma. Their spouses don't even know. They are not aware because they are so carried away with their own activities. So no matter how busy you are, be sensitive enough to sense when your spouse is in need of emotional touch, is in need of some words of encouragement from you. That will go a long way. Compliment one another. Complimenting one another is a very, very important quality every couple should have. Yes, because there are people out there who are really dying to have your spouse, be it male or female. If you don't compliment them and they always get out there to receive thousands of them, you can be in trouble, you know. So please, no matter what, even if you are having your little issues at home, when that girl or that guy looks so hot and dashing, tell them how good they look. If your husband satisfies you in bed, can you tell him how good he is? Yes, that will help him to do better next time. And then, whenever you are complimenting them, try to be specific from time to time. When you are appreciating them on something they have done, be specific about it from time to time. There are times I tell my husband, Thank you for being in my life. God bless you. Now ask me, what exactly are you talking about? And I said, if not because you are in my life, I don't think I could have found my purpose. I don't think I could have discovered me, because he literally used to push me to see my potentials. In fact, he knew me more than I knew myself. Yes, my husband has so much belief in me. So when I told him that he has been my backbone and he has been the one helping me to unravel my full potential and helping me to discover myself in such a way I never imagined, my husband was touched and he was like, oh, wow, that is beautiful to hear. You're welcome, my baby. And I was happy. He was happy that he's making impact in my life. So always be genuine and be intentional. Point number 5, honoring feelings. Every one of us is unique and has a special way of expressing themselves. So the most important thing here is for you as a partner to listen carefully, to be sensitive when your partner is expressing themselves, especially when they are expressing excitement or disdain. If you are not sensitive to pick them, you will keep repeating the same scenario that will keep leading the both of you to having issues, especially when they express that of disdain. Some people are so insensitive and uncaring that they don't even understand the difference between when the partner is expressing excitement or disdain. So you have to be so sensitive to know when your partner is expressing each of them, so that it can help you to know when to act right and how to act right. It is very important. This part can actually destroy marriage if not properly handled, because people whose spouses don't know the way they react to situations can easily misunderstand them. Besides misunderstanding them, they might not be there when that person is in need of their help or support in any way possible. If you honor your feelings, there will not be room for so much disrespect, so much chaos at home can be avoided when you honor each other's feelings. Point number 6, live for now. Try to make the most of your present time. Focus on what will make your relationship work instead of what if kind of question. You don't allow yourself to get caught up in what if this, what if that. That can be a huge distraction to a very beautiful relationship you are just starting or you are enjoying. So please, as much as possible, try to work on yourself, grow together, and focus in the present. Enjoy your marriage, enjoy your union. My marriage is going to be 16 years this December. Let's assume I focused on what if kind of question from the moment we started this marriage till now. By now, we could have separated, or even we could have gotten into more trouble than we have been. So I don't believe in what if. I believe in settling arguments now and working towards achieving a better relationship. Loosen up. Enjoy the moment with your spouse. Love your spouse. Work on yourself. Grow together. Be honest with each other. And before you know it, you people will grow to be the best of couples. Point number 7, praise him or her before your kids. Let me tell you one thing. This is one of the reasons why some kids grow up loving one parent more than the other, because one parent is always very intentional on painting their parents mean or wicked before the kids. That is not fair. Especially my women, African women, most especially. I have seen homes where mothers usually castigate their fathers before the children. And you see some children even wishing their fathers death. A lot of disdainful attitude towards the men. And when these men are growing older, you find out that the kids don't really pay attention to them as much as they do to the mothers, because they feel the mothers paid more sacrifice than the fathers. Hey, I don't think it is right, especially in a home where the men are in charge of the financial responsibility, paying all the bills, school fees, ensuring that there is food on the table, ensuring that everybody is comfortable. And yet, the mothers only call the father's name when there is punishment to be rendered. Some mothers deliberately avoid punishing their children just because they want to look so innocent and acceptable before the kids. That is not right. And yes, I know that men always feel so bad when they see things going wrong in their home and they want to take up the discipline aspect. But that doesn't mean that mothers should not discipline. It should be hand in hand. And let me tell you one thing. If you don't start doing things right, it will not be good for your husband at the long run. You see some men struggling to explain themselves before the kids every point in time in their lives. Women, let us take it easy on them. Some men are like that too. Yes, some men are so cunning that whenever they have issues with their wives, instead of handling it with her, they will go and call the kids. This your mother is a witch. This your mother is this, blah, 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 against the woman. I don't think all these are necessary. We are in it together, and we are one as far as Bible is concerned. We are not different. So we are supposed to protect the interests of one another, not competing for our children's attention psychologically, physically, and financially. Yeah, there are families where you see all manner of competition going on between the mother and the father on who will win the children's attention more. They are not necessary if you train these children well. And that starts from you. You present your husband or wife as a great person. You express your gratitude of what your partner did to you before them, and even encourage them to say thank you on your behalf. You will see these children see you people as a force. There are times I discipline my child and she will just run so quickly to the daddy. Daddy, see what mommy is doing to me. She did this, she did that, and in fact, that is very wicked of her. The daddy will listen. By the time she's done, he'll say, are you done? She will say yes. Daddy, what are you going to do to mommy? What do you want me to do? Nothing. So go back to her. Finish from wherever you started. Whatever she's doing, I'm okay with it. So go back to her and finish whatever it is you have started with her. Stop bringing this rubbish to my room. You will see the children being discouraged by the day. In fact, there was a day I overheard my kids having meeting against I am one of them. I scolded her for doing something wrong, and then she was asking the sisters, when daddy comes back, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. My eldest child now said, you are just wasting your time. Are they not the same? They are in it together. You better save your energy for something more important. Because if you go, daddy will end up telling you, go and finish wherever you stop with your mommy if you have not finished. But if you have finished, she has done well. So you better save your energy. That is what your children are supposed to see you do. And whenever your children want to castigate your other partner before you because he disciplined them, make sure you protect your partner and discourage them from doing so next time. No matter how heated your argument is, do not allow your children to see your husband or wife as a very, very bad person. Point number 8, behave in a grateful way. When we say that appreciation has to do with your behavior, not just appreciating that person, but you have to behave it and mean it. So what does that mean? Literally, saying thank you and sharing praises on social media, inviting people to help you tell your husband thank you for what he has done, or your wife for what she has done, isn't just enough. You have to behave it. Yes, because sometimes we say all that and then we turn back to be something else whenever there is issue. It is one thing to say thank you and appreciate them, and it is another thing to respect them. It is equally another to respect what they do. Respect your spouse in every angle. Respect appreciation cuts across all walks of life. If you say thank you to your spouse for doing something great for you, and then the next minute, your spouse is going through something you don't even care, or the next second your spouse is hungry and you are not even noticing it, even when you know that your spouse find it difficult to cook, you don't care. You will just simply tell him, now go and sort yourself out. I'm okay. I'm busy. Please, yes, you bought this for me, and so freaking what? Should I kill myself because you bought me a gift? Isn't that what men do for their wives? There are men that try as much as possible to buy their wives gifts. And then when they buy it, instead of saying thank you, I love it, and start, flaunting that thing they buy for you, or start using them and appreciate them, you will see some people saying, especially women. I have seen this in my colleagues a lot. I sell jewelries, There are times you bring jewelries to the office. They will say, oh, this is beautiful. I love it. I would have liked my wife to rock this. But, you wouldn't even know what she likes, because if you give her something, she won't even appreciate you. She might not even say thank you. So someone said, my wife will tell me, why did you waste your money? They have cheated you. You don't even know how to buy this thing. Look at what you bought. You could have simply given me the money. If you had told me that you want to buy jewelry for me, you could have given me money to go and buy the one I like. Those attitudes can be so weakening and discouraging. In fact, if you treat my gift that way, I don't think I will buy another one for you. Yes. And that will not allow the inflow of gift from your spouse, be it male or female. So please, my dear ladies, I'm saying this because I know us. In fact, there was a time my husband bought me cream, body cream. I don't use cream. I have not used cream for about 6 years of my life now. So sometime last 2 years, he bought me cream. And when I saw it, he said, babe, see the cream I bought for you. The dealer said, this is so nice. It is going to treat your skin this way and that way. And it was a very expensive cream from Oriflame. And I looked at him and this cream, I said, in my heart, he doesn't even know I don't use cream again. Yes, he doesn't know. So should I rub it to his face? Don't you know that I don't rub cream? No. I simply collected it. Thank you very much. God bless you. Oh, man. This is expensive. This is so nice. It's a deep moisturizer. It has almond. It has this, nut oil, blah, blah. I appreciated it. And I ensured that from time to time, whenever he's around, I rub that cream before him. Let him know that I'm using it. So from there, he started buying perfume. Designer's makeup I couldn't ordinarily afford with my own money. And I've been enjoying series of their products from that time till now. So women, if you want your husband to be buying gift for you, if you're a man and your wife has bought something and you rubbished it before her, you better change your mind. Start appreciating whatever. Even if you don't like it, encourage them. Some weeks later, wear that thing and say, man, this thing is nice. I wish you can get me this other design when next you are buying this kind of thing for me. That will energize the man. It will help your spouse to know that at least you appreciated it, and you are even expecting more. You can express gratitude and mean it. You don't downplay your spouse after telling that person thank you for whatever they have done for you. If you are just coming across my channel for the first time, do not forget to like or subscribe to my channel so that you get notification whenever I upload new videos.